Hello guys, it is I, Cybershroom, bringing you the sequel Let's Play to Sonic the Hedgehog. Not Sonic the Hedgehog 2, and not Kingdom Hearts. You see, I was really excited to do Kingdom Hearts, but it turns out I lost my PS3 adapter for my one controller, so until I can find that or replace it, I have another series in mind. Now, it's a Mario Kart game, of course, you read by the title, but it's a Mario Kart game not many people know about. The Mario Kart GP series was an arcade exclusive series. I know they had some cabinets in Japan, some in America. I don't know about Europe though. But basically, it was the first Mario Kart game for arcades and to be developed by a third-party company, that being Namco or Namco Bandai. It's a crossover between Mario, Pac-Man, and for some reason Tamagotchi. I never understood why. Anyhow, I thought this would be a nice diversion. I'm not really familiar with this game. I remember seeing it at my local Chuck E. Cheese when I was like little. A lot of arcades had these type of cabinets. There was Mario Arcade GP1, and GP2 is kind of like a deluxe version, which is kind of redundant because Nintendo has came out with a Mario Kart Arcade GP Deluxe and a Deluxe 2, so it's all very confusing. Anyhow, I'm emulating this through the Dolphin emulator, but it's a modified version called Triforce, because when Nintendo in the early 2000s released these arcade games, they were running on very similar hardware to the GameCube, so it was possible to emulate this game. Now, of course, I would not be able to actually get the original machine. Probably it would cost way too much, and I don't even know if I'd be able to record from it. But just from playing from the few test races I've done, this is a pretty faithful emulation. Like, I haven't experienced any texture drops, like frame rate drops, any texture glitches. And if you look up arcade footage, it's a pretty faithful emulation. Anyhow, there is no music right here because most arcade games didn't have music in the intro, so I added my own in. But I feel like it's time we can actually jump in. Now we have Easy, Normal, or Master. I'm actually going to do Master. And 150cc, at least for the GP series, is actually really fast. Now we have a time limit, but I quickly want to go for the roster. We got Mario, Luigi, Pac-Man, Waluigi, Peach, Yoshi, Blinky from Pac-Man, the Tamagotchi character, I can't even pronounce that, and a bunch of other characters, which I'll have to go into more detail. Each Grand Prix, I'll use a different character, and if I haven't recorded the episode yet, I might ask on Twitter what character you guys want me to play as, so keep an eye out. There's only two cards, the character only card and the standard. I'll go with the standard because it just has more balanced stats. This game is honestly kind of slippery. I'm using the controller, but even then, it's kind of tough. We have several cups. The Yoshi, Mario, Waluigi, DK, Pac-Man, Bowser, and Rainbow Cup. But I'm just going to go down the line. Today's episode will be the Yoshi Cup. There are 4 races to it like the console Mario Kart games. But really, it's only round 1 and round 2 that have different track designs. Round 3 and round 4, surprisingly, are just like remixed versions. Ooh, round 1, you're driving through the day. Round 3, you're driving through the night. Now, the track design is also a pretty interesting thing. Some tracks don't actually loop. Rather, you get to a certain point and it just warps you back to the start, which I found kind of odd. Do not expect any diverse track designs. There's a few of them, but you ain't gonna get like the level design of Mario Kart 8 Deluxe or something, because they have to base the track around you actually having steering wheel and pedals. Now, CPUs always boost off, especially in Master. Well, they didn't even really boost off, they just automatically start off at first. Now, while they can be hard, because when they get the ability to item spam or anything, you can easily catch up to first place fast. I guess they accumulated. I guess they just didn't want to make the game too hard. At least in the first round. Anyhow, I have no clue what these power-ups are because this game barely uses any Mario Kart based power-ups. It kind of does its own thing. It has a few, but then you have stuff like this frying pan, which it's kind of like, I guess it's kind of like the green shell, except it doesn't bounce off walls or anything. Now, a thing I do like on the bottom of the HUD is it does tell you exactly who's behind you. what items we're holding. And because you cannot actually look, there's no button to look back like in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. So I do like that. These power-ups though are kind of annoying, like this portrait. It's kind of a worse blooper. Well, it's not. It's just as bad as the blooper, not worse or anything. Because at least with the blooper in Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, it comes to screen more. So I got this fish. I have no clue what he does. And I learned you cannot throw items back, so I'm just gonna hold on to them. Which I wish you could hold items back as a way to defend yourself.
A hot battle over the top spot.
The track design, well, not the track design, because I already mentioned it, pretty bland. Like, this one's basically a straight line, with the occasional turn to the left, turn to the right. But I do like how the presentation is, with this course being kind of, it has a lot of inspiration from Yoshi's Island, or would it be New Yoshi's Island, but New Yoshi's Island came out like 6 years after. I don't know, but I like the storybook design and everything. It's really nice. I kind of wish the whole game had presentations like this, because at least with the Mario Cup, which I tested a few races out on, the presentation is not as good. You know, it's kind of just a generic raceway. You guys will see that next episode. Anyhow, we won our first race. We have our ranking, which you can't save in this game because it's an arcade game, but right now we're a passing rookie. And when you come in first place, you unlock the next track in the Grand Prix. It's not a point-based system like the Mario Kart games. So we unlock Yoshi's Park 2. And it's Luigi. I don't know why it's called Yoshi's Park, because the starting part is still Yoshi Island.
Here we are live from.
But then it switches over to Luigi's Mansion.
Long straights,
which it still looks really good.
And now we begin the race.
I haven't even brought up the commentator guy, but he can get ridiculous at times. Like, not as funny, but ridiculously annoying, because his audio tracks can end up like looping each other when there's so much stuff going on screen. Now there is the coin mechanic from Super Mario Kart. I have no clue how coins work, because you could go over 10 coins. So I don't know how big the effect really is. I think Super Mario Kart also had you go over 10 coins, but that was more to unlock stuff, which I'm pretty sure there's no unlockables in this game. Other than like the rankings. Because in the original, on the arcade version, you would actually be able to download your information to a card, and that card would like just display your picture and your ranking. It's kind of pointless. I think the deluxe version actually had Wi-Fi capabilities where you could connect other arcade machines, not just beside you, but over the internet. It'd be really cool to play that one day, like at Dave & Buster's or something. I never saw the deluxe arcade cabinet, and I haven't really seen a GP cabinet in a while. But Namco is working on, I think it's Namco, is working on a VR version of GP, and that looks really cool. You guys can easily just look it up. I think it's using Revive or something similar to that. That would be really interesting. Or how the Nintendo Switch has VR like references in its source code. It would be interesting to see maybe a VR headset come out for the Switch, and maybe games like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe will get updated so you can use the VR helmet. Alright. Tamagotchi thing. Get out of the way. Boo does not. Okay, this is the item I know. Boo does not work as he did in Mario Kart, like Mario Kart 8 Deluxe. Instead, when you throw Boo, if you was actually using the steering wheel and the connections were like it was properly set up, Boo would actually lock your steering wheel, But he does not do that, obviously, because I'm using a controller and none of that's configured. So he's kind of
The
useless.
winner is Pac-Man. Massive victory.
Pac-Man's voice is kind of weird. I mean, like, this was before the Pac-Man cartoon on Disney XD came out, but the voice is kind of similar. If not, it's just higher pitched. I am a fun park rookie. Huzzah! Anyhow, this is where the remixed rounds come in. We have to do round 1 again. And I think it's now called the Castle of Cake. Yeah, other than that, like I said, other than the just graphical differences, there's nothing too big. I think that's why GP1 only had 2 tracks per cup. So I guess GP2, just to extend gameplay, they thought to minorly tweak the courses just to have a bit double the amount. I think DX has all original courses, or at least more diverse level design.
Pac-Man shoots the mask. Blinky, a funny mask blocks your portrait.
Alright, who's up here?
Pac-Man
Blinky.
shoots the interrupting frame. Blinky, this frame blocks your view.
Would love
Pac-Man
to see
picks up
Pac-Man
points
return in
one
an
stretch.
actual Mario
Pac-Man
Kart
is
game.
catching up.
You know, if Deluxe actually finally does DLC like everyone's been begging for, or Mario Kart 9, it'd be cool to see Pac-Man come back, and maybe bring 1 or 2 of the courses from the GP series. The dark spinning Wii wheel. I have no clue this does. Probably something with the wheel.
Now you uncontrollably hop.
There's no drifting in this game,
Pac-Man takes a shot.
so all turns you really just gotta use the brake and just hope for the best.
Pac-Man
Hitting the wall loses your item and coin.
Pac-Man makes a perfect pass.
Who's that, Miss Pac-Man? Take this, I guess, Koopa Pound Car item. Yo, those are some funky guy on the bottom screen.
Wow. Donkey Kong, Pac-Man. Both drivers refuse to give
Alright,
up.
so I don't know what King Koopa
What
Pound Car is
deadlock.
doing.
3 drivers are currently deadlocked. Hot and exciting.
And there's apparently a lot of people behind me. So that's fun.
Pac-Man, a funny mask blocks your portrait. Pac-Man.
The AI can get really rubber bandy at times. Like sometimes they just mind their own business. But in the remix courses, they just gang up on you and they travel in packs. There's only 6 drivers if you guys haven't noticed, not the 8 of the Mario Kart series, or I guess 12 now. But it's still a decent amount of players, you know, you still get some fun competition out of it.
Racing side by side into the final corner. Who
Maybe
knows
Luigi
who
with
will
the
win?
donut. That's cute.
Overtaken.
And we're done. Unless somebody just comes out with an item last minute, that would be such a big move right there.
Pac-Man, massive victory.
Huzzah! We finished all 4 races of the Yoshi Cup. No, we didn't. That's only the 3rd race. I completely forgot about race number 4. Like I said, it's kind of forgettable because they're just remixed versions. And I think I can mention this now. After all 4 races, you get to do like a challenge. And the challenge, I don't know if it really unlocks. The game doesn't have no unlockables, like I said. I don't know if it really does anything, but there's a little mini game we can try at the end. It varies on Cup because the Rainbow Cup had a race against a character, which I won't spoil, while the Yoshi Cup has something different.
What thrilling techniques will we see? Pac-Man, blast off!
Okay. So, 4th place. Carrot. Wait, I'm wondering, is this carrot item a reference to Super Mario Land 2? I think there was a carrot item that had bunny ears and allowed you to glide, kind of. I mean, it kind of acted like the Tanuki to a sense. And is it like the only item I'm getting? That's another thing I forgot to mention, really. You don't have a set, you don't have like just a roulette of items that are random. Each race only uses 3 items, those are picked at random. Sometimes you can get a race with just all 1 item. Like if I had a race where it's just nothing but mushrooms. I feel like as soon as I pass Miss Pac-Man, she's gonna throw that at me.
Pac-Man shoots the mask. Ms. Pac-Man, a funny mask blocks your portrait.
Who does Bowser? This course is more Luigi Mansion than the second one, because the second one had like purple walls. This one has green walls.
And exciting. Pac-Man shoots the rabbit ear. Hit! Pac-Man is now in the lead. Now on to the final lap. Pac-Man.
I like the Double Dash sound effects, because I think the most recent game at the time was either Double Dash or Mario Kart Arcade.
Pac-Man is dominating the
You know, it would be cool if Mario Kart 8 Deluxe had an option we could go back to the classic sound effects. I like the new ones, but it would just be nice to sometimes toggle on the old sound effects, like for when the race is beginning, or final lap jingle, all that.
Come back!
Alright. Clear cut victory. Nothing could go wrong. And with that, we actually finished the Yoshi Cup, and we could do that minigame I mentioned. While Luigi's like, oh, what's this? Why is he here? Congratulations, you have cleared the Yoshi Cup. The GP community formally invites you to the challenge stage. The Coin Collector. Collect 75 coins within 60 seconds. I've never done one of these challenges. I've only know what some of them are. So I might suck at this, alright? Let's do this. Alright, Mr. Coin. Nice. As long as I follow the line, it should be okay. Alright, miss. That's coin number 2, I missed. Coin number 3. Coin. Oh, nope, I got that one. Gotta be courteous at the times, also. Alright, 11 more coins. I probably need to go back for those. Yeah, that looks like to be the end of the line. Come on. Let me turn back. Can I grab them? Please. Please. Oh, I'm missing 4 coins. Dang. I'm going to miss those 3 coins. If I could at least grab this one. Yeah. I thought they were going to have some, like, leftovers there in case you messed up. No, they was expecting you to do that perfectly. Anyhow, we have cleared the Yoshi rank. Sure. Even though it does nothing. If you guys like this series and would want to see more, leave a like and subscribe. This is the actual video where more Let's Play series, more Let's Play videos are happening. Riley and I are getting ready to record Fallout 4 soon enough. But in the meantime, I am Cybershroom, and as always, I hope you have a good one.